Hi, I'm Nancy Bell, the Reader's Advisory Librarian here at Oshkosh Public Library, and this video is the last one in our Freedom to Read video series. We've talked about how our freedom to read has been a hard-won battle throughout our country's history. There's been federally mandated book burning, there's been protests, and Supreme Court cases. Last week, we even talked about the statistics reported by the American Library Association and PEN America. And to wrap up our video series about freedom to read, we're going to talk about protecting this freedom so we still have the right to seek and receive information from all points of view without restriction. So nothing is legally guaranteed, especially when it's decided via court case. We've seen that recently with the overturn of Roe v. Wade, which many people thought was untouchable. So while Pico versus Island Trees is widely considered to have provided precedents that the First Amendment provides us with the right to receive information, it's not entirely true. So the court did rule that the power of officials is limited when attempting to remove books from libraries because of their diversity of ideas. But Judge White, who was the final determining vote in favor of this outcome, did not vote on the matter of the First Amendment in that case. So he left, in that court case, left no legal precedent for future cases. So still a win for intellectual freedom, but a shaky one. And that's why it's so important to stand up and protect your freedom to read. The best way to do that is something that you're already doing. You're watching this video, and hopefully the other videos in our series. Being well informed about First Amendment rights and making your own decisions about these issues is the biggest block to losing your rights. Another way that you can protect your freedom to read, when you see censorship, now that you've been reminded what censorship constitutes as, report it. So the American Library Association, considered one of the most predominant reporter of censorship statistics, they estimate that 82 to 97% of book challenges go unreported. Reporting censorship to ALA's Office of Intellectual Freedom raises awareness, calls attention to the harms of censorship, and helps inform ourselves and others about this issue. You can also show support for authors, whether their works are being challenged and banned or not. Who really knows which book will gain national notoriety next? Send an author a letter or post a tweet about how you enjoyed their book, how it positively affected you, how you connected with the material, or how their book made you think about something that you've never thought about, or in a way you've never thought about, or from a different perspective. Your letter can be used as supporting evidence in challenges and prevent their book from being banned in our community and in others. And if you don't know how to get in touch with the author, I'll leave a link to the American Library Association Google spreadsheet. They have a list of author contact information. You can also talk to your representatives. Our elected officials are supposed to represent us and what we want to happen. Depending on your library or your state statutes, your library board will consist of either people you directly voted for or they've been appointed by someone you voted for. So in Wisconsin, library board members are usually appointed by the mayor, or in the case of a county library system, they're appointed by the county executive. And since we've been seeing an increase in state legislation as well this past year, you can also send a letter or an email to your state representative too. The ACLU suggests that a letter represents not only you, but many other constituents who do not have either the time or ability to write a letter. And then our state representatives take that into account when they read them. And if it comes down to it, you can exercise your other rights of the First Amendment. The right to peaceably assemble, or the right to petition or file a lawsuit. Like how Stephen Pico and his classmates were able to overturn the book bans in 1982 by filing a lawsuit in the court case that we hold behind our entire freedom to read today. Or you can even, how the community in Central York, Pennsylvania, they've consistently protested book bans in their school district over the past 2 years. And last but not least, and definitely my favorite way to protect our freedom to read, challenge, and ban books. It is much harder to challenge or ban a book when others have read it and they see merit in it, so they'll speak out about it. Even the higher circulation of checkouts can demonstrate a need for those materials. Or if silent censorship is happening, where books have mysteriously gone missing or words are crossed out, if people are checking them out and reading those books, we'll be aware that it's missing or that something has gone wrong in the actual text, and then we can fix it. The public library is here to provide free access to everyone of all ages, on all sides of all ideas. So we can make our own decisions for ourselves and have a well-educated, well-informed populace. This is the cornerstone of why the public library exists. And if you want to celebrate public libraries and having your freedom to read, please check out our webpage to see what other events you can still attend. Otherwise, just continue to check out and read, challenge your banned books, talk to your friends and family, and use your freedom to read. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor to talk about censorship and intellectual freedom with you. Have a great day.